Sonic, the heart of your system.
What's up everybody, my name's Andy and welcome to Kit Guru. So today we are looking at the new mouse by Dream Machines, and this one is called the DM5 Blink. It is an RGB gaming mouse and it's sort of directed towards the gamer with budget in mind. Now, this is retailing at €38.99. So let's jump straight in with the aesthetics and design. So we're looking at a plastic shell here, fully molded for right-handed use. And because of this, it slopes down to the right-hand side and the left click is fully molded for your index finger as well. So the left and right buttons are separate from the main shell, and there's a small gloss area in front of the scroll wheel as well. Now, taking a look at this, you can see it's a very aggressive gamer design here, especially because it has 4 very large RGB zones. So you've got an RGB Dream Machines logo found in the palm area. You've got RGB rubber textured scroll wheel, which feels really nice, by the way. You've got RGB rails on both sides of the mouse, and this doubles up as your grips. So these are actually made out of rubber and they feel really nice. Even though when you look at it, it looks like it's going to be the same sort of plastic as the main shell, but it isn't. And I think this is a really good feature. Now, at first, I thought the design was definitely over the top and excessive, but over time, I've actually grown to really love this design. The RGBs are very vibrant and they are fully adjustable via the software. Now, this design might not be for everyone's taste, but there is definitely a market for it. And if you hate RGB, then don't worry, because there's an actual physical switch on the bottom of the mouse that lets you turn this off, as well as being able to do the same thing via the software. So size-wise, we're looking at 12.5 centimeters by 6.6 centimeters and 4.2 centimeters. It's got a weight of 95 grams without the cable. So it's not super lightweight, as we've seen with some mice released recently, but it's still a fairly light mouse in comparison to some of the bigger boys. And for me using this, I found this weight to be absolutely fine with the size of the mouse, because the actual mouse itself is fairly large, which leads me on to grip styles. Now, due to the size of this mouse, it actually works really well for all styles. So despite your preference, I think this is going to work for you. So palm grip is really comfortable. Fingertip grip is also very comfortable. And with the RGB grips on either side, I found myself naturally preferring claw grip with this mouse. And it's so comfortable, it really is. I have to stress that. It's a very well molded design. Button wise, there's 8 buttons in total, and all of which can be remapped. Even the left click, which we don't usually see, but we'll touch on that when we enter the software. So you've got left and right click, you've got mouse middle button click, you've got DPI plus and minus, you've got forward and back on the left hand side, and you've got the Dream Machines DM shot thumb button. And actually, I really love this button. The DM shot is brilliant because its default setting is very low DPI. So this is great for precision gaming, such as headshots with a sniper rifle or something like that. And this can be remapped to absolutely anything. So you could use it as a grenade throw or something like that. But even during Windows use, you can assign it to be whatever you like it to be. And I found this really handy. And you can as well set key combinations to this one button. And I think the options with this are really, really good. And if you're creative, I think you could get some really good use out of this. Now, this button is removable and can be removed by depressing the button, sliding it back whilst it's still depressed, and then pulling it out towards the left-hand side, which I felt to be fairly easy, but the first time it was a little bit stiff. Now, personally, I find there's no real reason to remove it anyway, because it didn't really get in the way for me, but I do have sort of small to to medium hands. And what I love about this is the fact that they give you an identical spare button in case you lose it. I thought that's a great touch, as well as a rubber bung in case you don't want to use it at all. Now, one of Dream Machine's most loved features on all their mice is their shoelace cable. Now, this is virtually undetectable whilst using the mouse, and it's almost like using a wireless mouse because this cable is extremely lightweight and flexible. It's even more so than an actual shoelace. I think they should rename it the Spider Silk cable because it is totally unnoticeable in use, and yet it feels very durable. Now, the length of this cable is 1.8 meters and it is not removable. It's built into the mouse. So flipping the mouse over, we can look at the underneath. And here you've got a very simple design with no fancy etchings or logos or anything like that. It's very straight to the point and it works really well. I find this to be a practical design. I never really see the point in doing anything fancy on the bottom of a mouse because you never really see it, but it is very usable. So you've got 3 large PTFE pads here, and they come with replacements as well for each one of those. Now there's a physical on and off switch for the RGB zones as well, which is another great feature that I mentioned earlier. And you do have another physical switch for polling rate, and this can be changed from 250 to 500 to 1000 Hertz. Now bear in mind this is all adjustable in the software as well. So with the RGB physical switch, I found this to be super convenient because it saves time from having to go through into the software and change it there. You might be in a game and for whatever reason you might find the lights too bright or something like that. You can just turn it over, off, and there you go, nice and easy. Build quality wise, let's get the negatives out first. So the left click does have a slight rattle, nothing too bad though. The left and right separate moldings there cause a slight lip towards the base of the shell, but that's really it. Everything else is great and it feels really sturdy in the hand. There's no flex from the main body. There's no sharp edges on the mouse. Even that slight raised lip isn't really sharp either. The rubber grips meet seamlessly to the main shell and they feel secure as well. And for a very affordable mouse, the build quality is right up there with mice thrice its price. So looking at the sensor, the DM5 Blink's heart is the PixArt 3389 optical sensor, and this is a very highly regarded sensor and it's found in many top of the range mice. And in use, I found this to be very, very accurate. So you've got DPI from 400 to 16,000. You've got polling rate from 125 Hertz to 1000 Hertz. You've got a lift off distance of 1.8 millimeters. And Dream Machine themselves state that acceleration options here have been excluded. Why? The very reason that I always bring up in all of my mice reviews. It is not accurate during gameplay as you can't be certain of how far your cursor is going to move. I absolutely love the fact that they've just removed it entirely. So Dream Machine, you get a huge high five from me for that because that's one of my pet peeves. Jumping into the software, it's always good to ensure you download the latest version from the website. Now the software itself is very easy to use. It's straight to the point and there's no getting lost with many submenus. So you've got key remapping on the left hand side, you have a dedicated macro editor, there's a profile creator and selector, and on the right hand side you find your adjustable DPI setting. There's 6 DPI profiles that can be disengaged or adjusted, so if you only play with 2 for instance, you can sort of uncheck the other ones and just keep your favorite profiles there, or however you want to do it. Now once changed, the mouse will flash with the assigned color to show you which profile you've engaged. Lighting settings tab is also found on the right hand side with the speed being an option as well as the direction of the effects, and there are 9 effects in total to choose from and an off, which I suppose you could count as a 10th effect. Other settings include parameters, sensitivity, scroll speed, double click speed, and of course the polling rate, which you can also adjust on the bottom with that switch too. So overall the software works really well and it is really easy to use and navigate, and from me it is a thumbs up there too. So in conclusion, personally I'm really impressed with the DM5 Blink by Dream Machines, and I'll just get on to quickly a bit of gaming with this mouse since it is a budget gaming mouse. So I use this mouse throughout the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta, and it was brilliant. I really loved that Dream Machines sort of quick shot button there. It was brilliant. They've done an absolutely excellent job of making a very good mouse for a very affordable price. Now, just touching on the price point, I actually used this mouse for a good couple of weeks before I was even told the RRP here. And honestly, I really thought this mouse was gonna be at least double the price that it is, maybe even 3 times the price, because the quality here is up there with the big contenders. It really is. So pros, you've got an aggressive gamer aesthetic, which doesn't appeal to some people, but you can turn the RGB off. The price point, which is approximately 34 Great British pounds, which is 38.99 euros. It's very comfortable in the hand and ergonomic. It's got a great, reliable sensor. There's no acceleration. RGB everywhere, which can be turned off. And that DM shot thumb button is brilliant, as well as the DM shoelace cable. And finally, the software is easy to use. Now, coming in lastly with the cons, there's very, very minor build quality issue here, but to be honest, at the price point, I think that can be overlooked. For some, it could be a lighter mouse, but if you're in the market for an affordable and excellent gaming mouse, then I 100% recommend this one. So let us know if you're in the market for a new mouse. Let us know in the comments if you're going to be checking out the Dream Machine DM5 Blink. So don't forget to hit that like button if you've liked this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to check out our merchandise, you can do so below. And if you want daily news, then check out our Twitter and our website. So I've been Andy, this is Kit Guru, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.